My name is Pablo Policzer, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Political Science, and I'm also a fellow at the Center for Military and Strategic Studies. I am a political scientist who specializes in the comparative politics of Latin America. And my interests really focus on somewhere the intersection of security, democracy, and human rights issues. And maybe the best way to explain what I do is to say a little bit about where that interest comes from. I was born in Chile, and I've had direct personal experience with military dictatorship. It's the reason why my family emigrated to Canada. And so that really drove my interest in politics right from the very beginning, and in questions of human rights. And those there's a history of people interested in human rights issues in Latin America, certainly in the southern cone countries, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, who understood that it was really important to understand, not just criticize, but understand the armed forces, to study them up close directly. And that's essentially what I did during my PhD. So I'm someone who identifies with that kind of scholarship that on the one hand understands that it's important to get states and those who use armed force to behave better, and it's important to understand them and study them up close. And that interest has really driven my work and interest in a bunch of other things as well, including issues of the promotion of democracy in Latin America, and work on trying to understand how we might get non-state rebel groups to behave better, that is, to better respect human rights and humanitarian norms. And in that work as well, I've also argued that it's important to figure out not just how to apply force to non-state armed groups, but also to engage them directly, to talk to them. So my work fits into the work of CMSS in the overlap is that I understand, like people at CMSS do, that security issues are important and that it's important to study armed actors up close. But where it might depart from the work of from some other work at CMSS is precisely in this issue of maybe engaging directly talking to armed groups, and so I would provide a somewhat different perspective for students in that sense. I certainly would be willing and very happy to work with students who are interested in security issues broadly understood, especially from a critical perspective or a perspective that comes from an interest in human rights and humanitarian issues. Certainly any student who is interested in security issues in Latin America, I'd be very interested in working with. And if you are such a student, I would certainly encourage you to think about coming to the University of Calgary.